Fellow bibliophiles and zombie lovers, welcome to Cat's Novel Adventures and another live segment of Zombiethon. I am being joined by the fabulous Linda, the gamer gal.
Hi,
And
everybody.
we are going to talk zombies as well as talk about zombie video games today. So before we get started, Linda, introduce yourself. Tell us what your channel is all about.
Hello, everybody. I am Linda the Gamer Gal. I am always video games. You might get a little bit of books, some tabletop games, but mostly it's all centered around gaming. So if you enjoy gaming, check it out.
Sounds fun. I've actually watched you a couple of times and I find it all intriguing. You haven't died any time that I've actually watched, so that's a good thing. No zombies eating your brains, that's for sure.
I got
So,
lucky.
what is everyone reading and watching or doing? You could be gaming, you could be putting a puzzle together, you could be coloring zombies and coloring books. I've seen some people in Discord doing that. Linda, what are you up to?
So I am doing a dual watch the movie, read the book, and I am doing Stephen King's Cell.
Awesome. Awesome
I
choice.
I like that. I was trying to figure out something that was different, something that wasn't the same old zombies. And when you mentioned this, I really wanted to see what it was all about because
Mhm.
it was something different. It kind of reminded me of that horror film where everybody turned off their electricity. I forgot the name of it, but it was the creatures were in the electricity and they would hear,
Oh.
and then anytime you turn it on, it sent a signal to them. So then they would come through
Mhm.
the cell phones or the radios or anything. So I was like, I got to check this out. How did I miss this one? I like Stephen King and horror. So,
Yeah. He's my absolute favorite author of all time.
oh yeah, I like
So,
him.
so you're reading first and then you're watching?
No, I did the opposite. I was
Okay.
I was like, I'm running out of time, so let me watch the movie first just to get the gist of it
Okay.
because it's a little bit longer than one of the books I'm used to reading.
Mhm.
I'm seeing it, I'm like, that's a lot of pages. So I was
Yeah.
like, let me just get and it's also Samuel L. Jackson.
Oh,
So I was
yeah.
like, I want to check it out first. And I like it. I like the movie. I like the cast. The cast blended well together.
Mhm.
I don't think I've seen a movie in a while with John in it. I don't know if it's been a while, but I think the last one was this one so far. So
Oh, well, that's
I'm
good.
liking it.
Yeah. I actually enjoyed both of them. I thought the premise was good. It was different, and I always cut movies slack a lot of times too because there's only so much you can do, and sometimes Stephen King's books don't always translate well on the big screen or the little screen. So I kind of try to look at the movie through the eyes of someone who doesn't read and to see if
Hmm.
they can still tell a good story instead of trying to compare, the two, forms of media. But
Yeah.
I thought they did fine. Both of them are a movie and a book that I enjoy, ones that I would watch or read again, kind of thing. I actually finished a book today, which was The Girl with All the Gifts. So I will be starting Dreadfully Ever After, which is I never know where to go,
You're good.
which is the sequel to Pride, Prejudice, and Zombies. And I'm also starting the second in a trilogy. It's a middle school. It's Dead City by Charles Ponte. It's James Ponte, excuse me. Blue Moon. It's the second in the Dead City trilogy, and it basically follows a young girl who lives in New York City, and they fight zombies because even though they live kind of cohesively with zombies, some of them are not good, and she belongs to a group that kind of takes them out. And as far as movies, I think after the stream, I'm going to watch the Danish movie, What We Become.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that one.
It says, in their quiet Danish town, the Johansen clan is enjoying an idyllic summer until a mysterious virus sweeps through the enclave and residents are quarantined in their homes. As the situation spins out of control, the family dynamics begin to shift. So it should be interesting. The poster to me is fascinating because it does have a young child on it, a young girl with blood all over her mouth. So I'm wondering how that's going to play out. hard to see zombie kids. You know what I'm saying? Because you're just not used to get so feral or whatever. But
anytime there's a horror movie with a kid, it just makes it more creepy, in my opinion.
Yes, it does. Because especially if you have any kind of a child in your life around the age of the zombie child, then you start to question, what would I do if that was, such and such. So let's see who is joining us today. We have Dizzy the Gamer Jit.
My buddy right? Dizzy. Yeah, you got it. You got it. It's my buddy Dizzy.
Oh, hey, welcome. We appreciate you being here. Hey, Liz, how are you? She's shouting you out now. Wow, never heard of that Stephen King book. Yeah, it's an awesome one. I would recommend it. He's definitely one of the best horror authors. I agree 100%. And I'm watching Night of the Animated Dead, and I'm reading iZombie Volume 3 graphic novel. Is this iZombie that matches the TV program?
Oh, I believe so.
Cool. I wonder, was the graphic novel before the TV show, or did it come about because of the TV show?
I never know what came first, the chicken or the egg.
And then Liz says, getting ready to start parenting in the zombie apocalypse. Wow. That's a book, I'm assuming, because you're starting it. Is that, it's got to be fiction, right? Not nonfiction.
I'm hoping. Right? It's not a true life story.
Or like a parody of like.
Yeah, could be. You never know.
You just never know. You don't. These books are fun to hear about. Yes, I agree. There are lots of zombie books out there, I think more than most people realize.
Yeah.
When you start researching them, it kind of opens the floodgates, and then it kind of gets a little bit overwhelming. Yes, it is. So I'm glad to know that. Halko, my kindred spirit, is here tonight. Welcome, Halko. What are you reading, Halko? What are you doing? I think iZombie Show came out first. Okay. Well, that's cool. That's kind of neat in a way. Because a lot of times the book comes first, and then they, do something with it afterwards. One thing I did find out about The Girl with All the Gifts, it was actually a short story first. And it was for an anthology, for an American anthology. Charlene Harris was one of the authors for that anthology. And the premise was the same. It kind of like the short story was kind of like the first chapter of the novel. And then they decided to make a movie. So the author was writing a full-length novel and the screenplay at the same time.
Wow.
Which I think I have never heard of that before. So I thought that was pretty neat. And I think that might be why some of the book and the movie are so similar in ways. Because there were things, I guess, when they were discussing what they were going to do as far as the film version. But I thought that was fascinating. I like knowing about all of that. Oh, it's nonfiction, academic. So talk about parenting through the lens of the zombie apocalypse, I think. Okay, well, that does make sense. I mean, could you imagine being a parent during the zombie apocalypse? I would not want to be a parent during the zombie apocalypse.
Or it could be a college course.
That's right. I'm reading Night of the Living Trekkies and really liking it so far. I love hearing that. Love, 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 because that is our group read, and I'm super excited about it. I am not starting it yet. I am going to start that next week because it's not a very long book, and I want to be able to have it more fresh in my mind for our discussion on the 30th. So, Swamp Gas is here too. Hey, Swamp Gas. Welcome, welcome. So, Linda, why do you like zombies?
I like zombies because it could go either way in a zombie book, movie, or anything to do with comics. It could be funny, zany, like you say, or it could be super serious and graphic and gory. I like that there could be a wide range of zombies, different styles. There could be fast, slow, could be super gory, their limbs are off, could be they're still intelligent, but they're like humanoid. You never know what you're gonna get.
Right. Yeah,
like a box of chocolate.
You could even use them like in The Walking Dead when Michonne used to like have them, as her pets. so she could basically walk around and get
I
away
think
from them,
that's why
right?
this came out to be. I think this is why that came out to be what it is.
Really?
Yeah, because it literally is. You take care of your zombie, your pet. You let them dance. You can let them eat. You got to keep track of them. It's like a dog, the dog game, Nintendo dog.
Uh-huh.
You got to take care of them. You have to feed them. You have to keep them entertained. You have to walk them. You have to do all that. That's why the cover is showing them walking them. You literally have to
Yeah.
do all that at the same time.
Well,
So
that is interesting if they were inspired by Michonne
I
and her
believe
walking
so. I
pets.
think this came out the same time. Like I think it did. I'm trying to see what time it came out. I think it was like 2011, a little earlier. So,
Well, yeah, because Walking Dead came out 2010.
yeah, so a little bit earlier. So you
So
never
yeah,
know. You
you
never
never
know.
know. I mean, I think that would be fun, honestly. I mean, are the graphics pretty
They're okay. They're
okay?
3DS
I mean,
graphics.
are they
So,
like kid friendly or is it more adult?
it's kid friendly. It's
Okay.
not super gory. Like if you look at the zombies, they have blood and guts on them, but they're Nintendo. So, it's not too much. They have glasses on them. They have cute little dresses to keep them nice and cute for the kiddos. Because
Okay, well
I think it's teen. Yeah, it's rated teen. So I doubt it's gonna
okay.
be that gory.
Yeah, well that's good. So what do you consider the best zombie games out there? Or like in your opinion, what do you if somebody came to you and said, Linda, I want to play zombie video games, what would you recommend?
I'd recommend, depending on their style, because there's many different zombie games. There is games like Resident Evil, where you have to stick to survival tactics. You have to watch your pockets. You have to make sure that everything's good and golden. Or you can have games like Dead Island, where you just hack and slash your way through and you survive like an open world linear style. So it really just depends on what they are into. But I always recommend to go with a classic, which is Resident Evil, because
Mhm.
it's forgiving in some ways because you can learn the patterns. I do recommend like the newer Resident Evil games so you can get used to the way that they play. Like Resident Evil 7 is more first person for like the modern gamers. And then you
Mhm.
do have like Resident Evil 5, which is more action. So you have a lot to choose from. You can either go action, you can go survival, or you can go, which the new one is Village. It's a little bit of everything. So you get the gore, you get the which I know that they took inspiration from like a horror movie because of the
Mhm.
machines and stuff like that. So just depends on the person. But I do recommend Resident Evil.
Okay, so let me ask you this because my son Andrew plays video games and he's got his little PS5 and he's had the 4 and all that kind of stuff. And when I tell him, "Oh, I want to play that game," he's like, "You're not going to be able to play that, mama." So, like, how much of a skill level would you need in order to play Resident Evil effectively to where I'm not like having to repeat the first scene
Depends on the
25,000 times?
game
Oh,
because if
okay.
you're going to do the survival horror one, you just have to keep finding ammo and making sure that you take stuff in batches because some people they can go with no ammo, knife only and go through, but if it's like you need a little bit more ammo. I would say you need at least 3 pocket spaces of ammo and
Mhm.
guns and then that way you can get through and do your thing. But I recommend maybe the newer games. Like Village is more forgiving. You just have
Okay.
to run. You just have to be good at running. So that's the
Well,
only thing I
since I don't have the
recommend.
first one, I might be able to get through it, right?
Mhm.
So let's see what's going on in our comments before we continue. Night of the Living Trekkies sounds so interesting. It's a comedy horror novel. It's basically about a Star Trek convention that meets zombies. So it should be fun. Um, Sally says, I recently read a fun graphic novel, Kiss Zombies, Kiss the Rock Band, Save People in Detroit. They kick butt and decided to travel around in their tour bus to save others. That's awesome. I happen to love Kiss. They're really cool. All zombie stories are different, but all great. That is true. Zombie Tamagotchi. That's what you're referring to, your pet zombie game.
Yeah,
That's
it's
true.
basically it is.
Props on the PS1
RE Resident Evil
Resident
games.
Evil games. Okay, good.
One Up
One Up
Woman.
Woman. Okay, this must be someone for you, Linda. Checking you
Yeah, a
out.
buddy of mine in food fighting might happen in the chat set. Now, just FYI.
Hey, y'all. Saw Linda's community post in the stream. I'm new here. Thumbs up, cat. Well, welcome. I appreciate it. Zup Zizzy. I'm
Dizzy.
Sup Dizzy. I'm getting them all confused.
No, you're good.
One Up Woman, and then they got some waving going. We're getting a lot of love in our chat. I am not good at Resident Evil games, but I love seeing them. Yeah, I like the games with stories. I remember when my oldest son, he got a video game when he was in high school. I can't remember what the name of it was. I'll have to look, but it was kind of like a horror video game, and literally he could not play it unless I was in the room with him. And he did not want to play it. Well, I had to be in the room with him if he played it at nighttime.
Okay.
But if he was not, like if it was during the day, it was fine. I was like, really? Why'd you get a game if you were going to be scared of it? He's like, well, it's very creepy. It was kind of creepy. It was about a woman who her grandfather dies, I think, and she has to go to his house. And in the house, there's all kinds of like monsters, or it could be zombies. I'm not even sure. I'll have to look it up. But it's an older game because my oldest son is 34. So.
Oh, okay. So around my age. Gotcha.
Yeah, so I want to say that was probably PS2, PS3, PS2, maybe. I don't know. The last game I played was Frogger, but the zombie games look so rad. I used to love playing Frogger. It would have been nice if Frogger could have reanimated, and then you could have made him a zombie frog.
There is probably a mod for it, though.
What's an easy zombie game to play on my phone is what Sally wants to know.
There's Walking Dead. Walking Dead's on the mobile phone.
Okay. Is it?
And depends on there's several versions, but most of them are like battle royale games or like strategy games, like tower defense, where you have a tower and you have to protect it, and you have to like stop the zombies from attacking your tower, and you have to earn money and stuff like that. So it just depends on which one you're talking about, but there's two different Walking Dead games. There's the one where it's actually linear, where you have to like shoot. It's like a shooter, and you have to like tank through everything, all the zombie hordes, and each level is like a set number of zombies you have to kill. And it's one with Daryl and then Michonne, so you have to look for them and find them, but they don't have the original voice actors, I don't think, because it doesn't sound like them. Man. It sounds like somebody who's kind of like them. But hey, what do you expect? Even Toy Story, the guy was the brother, not Tom Hanks himself.
Oh no.
So
well, let me ask you, for the Walking Dead games, are they battling just zombies, or are they also battling humans, like bad people like the governor and stuff like that? Or no?
It's usually just zombies, because I don't think they got the rights to the other actors. So it depends on which one you're playing, but most of the time it really is just like zombies here, there's that, and then there's some off-brand zombie games, but you have to look them up. They're like Bejeweled, where it's like you knock down a certain number of colors, and then it will battle the zombie itself. So it just depends on which one you're into.
Okay. Well, Sally, maybe that'll help you out. You could try and check that out and give us a rundown if you try any. Frogger was the jam. It was. I played Frogger on Atari and Intellivision, I believe was the name of the game system. That was like
ColecoVision and Intellivision.
Yeah. A zombie tried to cross the road. Was that to get to the other side? And to avoid, what would they avoid? They wouldn't have cars in the zombie apocalypse. So what would actually run them over and kill them? I mean, Daryl could on his motorcycle.
But probably a bigger zombie.
Oh, that's true. I guess you could walk real fast and knock them down too, huh?
Baseball bat to the head.
Okay, so what is your favorite zombie video game? Do you have a favorite?
So my favorite zombie game is Resident Evil 3. For not the remake, don't start the debates on that. Dizzy, I know you're gonna start asking. But it is Resident Evil 3 and then Resident Evil the original one.
Okay.
These are my top two right here. Like if you were to say like which one can you pop in right now and play? And that's because I played that growing up and I know front to back all day every day how to play it. Like I don't play it on stream because it actually takes some focus and I can't look at the chat because I'll just die immediately. But I used to go to that one because it originally started from Sweet Home, the Japanese movie, and I actually watched that recently for old school April. I was watching that and enjoying it, and I realized that they had a video game for the Famicom, is what their Nintendo, and that's how it started. Was the little doors would open and close, and then it started with that for Capcom to make that zombie game. So just seeing the beginning of everything and the bad acting in the beginning of this one, it's a B movie acting. The one liners are hilarious in the video game. If you ever watch it, you should see like they say like you're almost a Jill sandwich, and I'm like comedy gold right there. So you got to enjoy that part of like the games too, like how bad the acting was back in the 90s. They didn't get real actors; they were just people off the street who could speak English in Japan.
Yeah, I mean it's. I just think it's incredible how far video games have come. I mean, since I was young, and then even how they evolved from when you guys were younger to now. It's like they're beautiful. It's like actually watching, a movie.
Yeah.
In fact, one of my movies I want to watch is that animated series of Resident Evil. It's like 4 episodes. And like you really need to look closely because they look almost like real people. I mean,
they mocap them. The actors who were mocapped for it so they could see their facial expressions.
Yeah, it's amazing to me how much it has changed the whole entire industry. So let's see what else we got up in here. Zombies Ate My Neighbors on SNES?
Super Nintendo.
Okay. And is that the name of the game, is Zombies Ate My Neighbors?
Yeah, Zombies Ate My Neighbors is basically there's 2 kids, and just like the title says, there's the zombies are running around the neighborhood and they're trying to attack, and there's like a big zombie baby and different things like that. It's so wild to watch it. Somebody play it. You definitely got to check that one out for sure.
Oh yeah, that one sounds hilarious. Loved original Frogger on those older consoles. I did too. I mean, it's amazing to me how I would be so thrilled about that. I remember getting my Atari, and that when I was able to complete like Pac-Man and flip the board and all that kind of stuff, I was like, woo! Of course, I never wanted to play it again because it was like
once and done.
Right. Yeah. That's the end of it, kind of thing.
He's laughing about something.
Those PS1 games look so good. I forgot it was Tuesday. Hey, everyone. Hey, Jasmine. I'm so glad you're here. I'm glad you remembered so that you could join us. Still got time. Linda's here, and she's talking to us about video games. So now we know that video games have inspired movies, and movies have inspired video games. Would you say there are some really good movies based on video games as well as some really bad ones?
Yes, both. You can start off with this fun one. We can start with the bad, which is it's so bad it's good. House of the Dead.
Oh, wow.
So this is supposed to be the arcade shooter, House of the Dead. For those who don't know, it's basically 2 people go in and they're trying to save a group of people in a house, hence the name House of the Dead. And they have to shoot their way through. And there was so many sequels after that. There was House of the Dead 1, 2, and 3. This is not that. This is some kids partying their little hearts away on an island, and they see a bunch of zombies happen, and the acting is so bad. It's bad to the point where they have an animated cut of like when they die. You know how like somebody goes ooh, and then they do like that spin. They did the spin. They got a camera, they mounted it, and they spinned it around them, and then they went, ugh. That's how bad it was. I was like,
So
let's go back to the
definitely
drawing board.
do not check that movie out.
I would check it because it's so bad it's good. It's a cult
It's
classic.
it would probably be one that we could watch on Discord.
Yes,
That one would be a funny one.
Yeah, I will say though, the second one is more gory. It's actually a little bit more decent, but I would say if you want a classic, there is, this one to go with. Because it's one of those ones where you're like, they tried. They tried.
But missed the bar.
Yeah.
Missed the mark.
Like, unless you don't know anything about House of the Dead, you just think this is a B-rated zombie movie with, it looks like it's made in the early 90s, 80s, even though it's not.
Right. Yes, that is House of the Dead movie. So it's based on a video game. So the video game came first.
Yeah.
And then they made the movie, but they made a very bad movie out of it.
They tried.
Well, we might go ahead and put that in because on the Discord, Kelsey has given me a date, guys, for May the 22nd, which I believe is Monday. And we will have a watch party. She hasn't given me a time yet. It'll be in the evening sometimes because she does work during the day. However, I'm taking suggestions. I have a channel on Discord where you can put your suggestions in, and I think I might put House of the Dead in just because it might be fun to watch such a bad movie. So we can only go up from here. So what would be good zombie movies based on that?
Dead Rising Watchtower.
Ooh.
So this is based off of a horror zombie game called Dead Rising. There was Dead Rising 1, 2, and 3. The first one is based off of a guy named Frank who is a photographer, and he gets wind of a news that there's something going on in this town, and he doesn't know what it is, but it's going to be good. So he ends up getting stuck in like the mall, and he has to run around hordes of zombies, and you put things together. That's what's so unique about the game and the movie is they would put like a stick and a chainsaw together, and then they would just zzz through as you're going through. That was the one thing that was cool about this one was they took all the stuff that you found and you could put it together and become a weapon. So this is actually decent. And if you get one of them, you can get zombie tattoos. So if you find the Blu-ray, there's zombie tattoos to make yourself a zombie.
Never use them. Cool.
Never use them though. They're a classic. I don't know if I would ever put them on. I don't know if they would stick. Yeah,
but then you also hate to waste it.
True. It's once and done.
Yeah. Hey, Vanessa, welcome. Appreciate you being here. Oh, oof. That was a choice. Well, we could put that as a choice.
House of the Dead.
House of the Dead. Yes, we could put that as a choice. I want to see the movie now.
Yeah.
The games are great. Never knew there was a movie. Yeah. A lot of times the origin or the source material is generally better than whatever they're going to do, but not always. I mean, not always. And sometimes you have comparable stuff. How do you feel about the Resident Evil movies based on the games? Because I haven't played the games, but I love Resident Evil, at least the first few.
Are you talking about the old ones, like with Milla Jovovich?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Like I love the very first Resident Evil movie
with Michelle Rodriguez. Yeah.
I love that movie. There are so many great parts in it. In fact, my favorite part, one of my favorite parts is when they're in that hall and that laser thing comes down and cuts that man's head. I mean, you don't know what happens. And then all of a sudden it just slides.
Actually, that inspired Resident Evil 4. So it was inspired by the game. Then the movie inspired Resident Evil 4. There's a laser scene that was added in for the PS2 game. That was the scene that it was so popular that it got put into the actual cult classic that we now know as Resident Evil 4. So.
Oh wow. Yeah, I love it. I mean, I just think it's just really tense. It's your typical like survive, the zombie kind of thing. And I mean, of course it's something goes awry in the lab, that creates these, monsters. But I like it. I mean, it's one of those zombie movies you can watch over and over and not get tired of it.
I
At
like
least
it.
of it. On Shanbara. Am I pronouncing that right?
Onkabara, I think. I'm not sure.
Zombie game and movie from Japan. I have not heard of either one of those. Have you?
I have not heard that one. I would have to get some reference on that because I only know Sweet Home and a couple others, but that
Yeah.
one needs a little bit of help. Thank you.
So sweet. The first Resident Evil movie is great. Yes, 100%. And yep, that laser scene is classic. It is. I love that scene. Whenever I think about Resident Evil, that's what I think about. So, do you have a favorite zombie book?
Well,
Or is it
depends.
too early for you to say? I mean, because I'm kind of late to the scene with reading zombie stuff. So
Yeah.
I'm like kind of new to that with the last, few years. I've kind of ramped it up. But
Um. Well, I'm waiting to see if I like the Cell. So I don't know because I haven't really read that much zombies. I was more into
Mhm.
like vampires for the books and
Okay.
like R.L. Stein, but she
Yeah.
didn't really write about zombies at all, really. But I do know that they did make Resident Evil novels.
Oh,
So I love those. Those were my favorite. I like the third one.
okay.
But
That's good to know.
they had a series, so they would have a book for each game. So if you found one, it would only talk about that game specifically. So like
Yeah.
Nemesis was for 3, they had 0, they had 1, 2, and 3 all together. So the books are pretty pricey. I would recommend if you do here in the chat, go for the PDFs, try to find them, unless you can
Mhm.
find somebody who's just trying to get rid of stuff who doesn't know what they got.
Yeah, I'll have to check because I go to this. We have a Friends of the Library store in the next town, a couple of towns over from us, and sometimes they have novelizations of things, so I could check and see. What about zombie movie? Do you have a favorite zombie movie?
It's a toss up. It's between Night of the Living Dead and Day of the Dead.
Oh,
Those two.
cool.
So
Okay, that's pretty
I
cool.
love both of them. They're classic. Just the
Yeah.
scene of like the people eating the flesh, even though you know it's like chicken. That's my favorite part. I was like, how is this banned? Okay. Okay.
That is hilarious. My favorite scene from Resident Evil is when they arrive to the shipping containers and then shit goes down when it opens. Oh yeah.
Yep. Yep. That's a good
So
one.
good. So good. Vanessa loves World War Z. World War Z is good. It just the zombies are so ramped up. It's
Oh
like
yeah. They're fast.
they're so fast. I mean, and they're similar in a way to like the speed of like 28 days later,
Yeah.
except what has caused them to be zombified is so different. I mean, we know that in 28 days later, it's all that rage virus kind of thing. So it's almost like they've just gone insane and, can't be a normal person in society. Whereas there truly is a virus that gets them in World War Z. Um, yes, both classic zombie movies. And yeah, the zombies really eat.
We eat this.
Yeah, it's hilarious because when you think about what people actually are eating, like a lot of times they would talk about what they had to eat and do for The Walking Dead. They would always discuss it on Talking Dead. And it's always fascinating to me what they have to eat or drink or whatever. And some of it is not very pleasant. I mean, we know it's not the whatever it's supposed to be,
Yeah, it's
but
like gives you like candy jelly something
yeah.
mixed with like it doesn't sound good either. Like it's just like corn syrup and stuff like that mixed with like meat, and I'm like, yeah, I'm good. I'm so good.
Well, it also too, it's not like they can just do one scene and they're done. Like literally they have to do it over and over again to get
Angles,
whatever the
yeah.
best take. I listen to the Office Ladies podcast, and a lot of times they talk about like those eating scenes and they have a spit bucket. And so
Mhm.
basically they'll eat whatever it is or chew, and then when they cut they'll spit it out and then they'll do it again kind of thing. So I'm like, because they say you can actually end up getting sick if you have to take too many takes. I think they had a
Yeah.
cake scene or something like that, that they were so excited they were going to get to eat cake, the ladies, until they had to eat it like for the 10th time.
10th
And then they
time.
were
I know
like,
Selena Gomez got allergic reaction when she was doing that scene from Wizards of the Waverly Place. She ate too much chocolate, and
oh,
she said she got sick after that. So
yeah.
from then on, she did spit take. She learned her lesson. She said,
Well, yeah, because I mean, that's so, I don't think I would want to do it. And also, too, even with, I mean, I act and I'm just think to myself, I don't usually even eat food before I get on stage to do anything, just because I don't want to get nervous. I don't want to feel bloated or funky or whatever. So I can't imagine that being part of what I have to do. Thank God I've never had to do it.
"Would you be a zombie though? Would you eat
Oh,
her
I
as a
would.
zombie?"
I have been a zombie for a trailer for a movie many, many years ago. If I could get footage of that, I'll have to see if I can. But it was like a teaser, like a little teaser. And I was a zombie. I was a nurse zombie. And I got shot and fell in the ground.
Ooh, we would watch that for Discord watch party. Cat getting shot in a teaser trailer. I would watch that.
I have to find it. I'll have to see because I'm not in touch. I mean, it never did get made into a movie, but
Aw,
yeah, it never did. It was sort of like they called it a teaser. It wasn't even really like a trailer. It was like
30 minutes of a like a couple minutes of what they would be
yeah, like
trying to get
very
out for a
yeah,
pitch. Probably is what it is.
yes,
Yeah.
yes, exactly. But it was so long ago. I mean, that was like back in 2010 or 11, maybe 12, something like that. I have pictures. I do have pictures. I just don't know about the video. I'd have to really scrounge for that. Vanessa wants to know, what games do you play?
Um, depends on today. I'm playing Horizon Forbidden West. I'm trying to finish up Vampire, but it keeps crashing on me, and I don't know why. So I have to keep playing that. Playing this one color game. It's Horoken, something like that. It's on Game Pass. It's for free. It's
Hmm.
basically like a puzzle game. But yeah, I play a lot of games. I beat like 160 something games last year.
Oh, wow.
So depends on my mood.
So do you have a preference of what game system that you play? I mean,
Depends. I like my Xbox 360 and I like my PS4 and PS5. So it just depends on what I have in my
mhm.
game collection that's in my backlog. Because I'm trying to finish my backlog. I'm tired of leaving my games on my shelf. So I was like, you know what? 2020 hit. I had nothing else better to do. Started my journey of beat all my backlog games as much as I can.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, I noticed you have videos about which games you beat per month, which I think is awesome. About how many hours do you think you clock to beat a game?
Um, I depends on the game. If it's like a shorter indie game, it's about 3 hours
Okay.
on average. If it's like a story driven game, it's about 10 to 15. If it's an open world, it could take up to 30 hours depending on the game itself. Like Zelda, it's probably going to take me like 60 if I do play Tears of the Kingdom.
So clearly you have a starting point and you have a place where you can stop it and then continue. I mean,
Yeah,
obviously.
I take breaks. If I get frustrated with a game, I'll leave it and go to another game so I don't get rage mode and take it out.
Linda is the real deal gamer. Yes, she is. That's why we have her talking about zombie games with us today. So, anything else would you like to share about gaming, zombie games, anything that you can think of that you think people would be interested to know?
I would say if you're gonna do zombie games, get ready to run like hell the whole time. And I recommend if you're gonna play any zombie games, try to find the online multiplayer games. That'll be easier for you. Like Left 4 Dead has an online multiplayer game. You could play with a buddy, and if you get stuck, you could help each other out. Like Resident Evil 5 is co-op. So that's what I recommend for anybody. If you're stuck in
Hmm.
a game and you're not knowing how to play it, get somebody else. Help them. You're gonna help each other out. So
Okay, that sounds good. Vanessa says, cool. I'm a gamer too. I have a PS4, PS5, Switch, and PC.
That's how
Awesome.
you do it.
Vanessa, have you played any zombie games? Linda has played a couple, and I put them in the Discord if you want to check out if she survives them or not, which of course she did. She's here.
I haven't beat the zombie game that I played last Saturday, so I'm still trying to beat that one.
Yeah,
I did die a couple times because it regenerated a new person, so it was pretty cool to see.
Okay, well, that's pretty cool. And jump scares. Those are great consoles. Yes, they are. I was so happy when I was finally able to get Andrew his PS5. I walked out of Target and I'm like looking around like, if anybody tries to get me, I'm going to have to cut him or her in the parking lot because we waited a long time to get that PS5 game. And it was just crazy on a whim. I just happened to ask the girl that was working in the electronics. I was in there for something else. And I said, yeah. I said, this was after Black Friday. So I guess it was like the Monday after. And I'm like, I'm just going to ask just to humor myself. I was like, by any chance, do y'all have any PS5s? And she's like, yeah, I think we have like 5 of them. I'm like, hold the phone. So I'm like texting Andrew. Of course, he was in class and he couldn't answer the phone or text me back. So I was like, do you think it'd be okay if I can come back? Because I didn't want to buy it without knowing exactly. Because you have the one, there was 2 different versions.
Digital and disc based.
Yes. And so I didn't want to buy the wrong one. So I went home and right when I get home, Andrew's like, go back to Target. Go now. They're probably going to sell out. I get back over to Target and they had not sold out. So they did not. In fact, they still had the same amount, but the guy came, he gave it to me and I'm just like, literally, I'm like, watch, somebody's going to try to attack me for my PS5.
I need to play Days Gone. I have it on my console. It's ready to go for my PS5. I'm just trying to get through the other 2 or 3 games I'm playing to get to that one. I don't know if I'll get it done.
Well, I'm excited, Vanessa, to learn first you are a gamer and that you have played The Last of Us, Days Gone, and World War Z. That is impressive.
That's another good show, Last of Us on HBO. Definitely recommend. If you have not seen the game, you don't need to because the show's really close to the actual game.
Yeah, I've heard lots of great things about the show. And in fact, I think, is it on HBO Max? Is that what you're saying?
It's on HBO streaming, on HBO. So you have to get that one.
Yeah, my oldest son Barry just got HBO Max, so I'll have to see if I can check that out.
I definitely recommend. Just go steal his password for a couple of days.
Yeah, I think I can do that since he uses my password.
Trade.
So we're here in the same house, so we can just. I'm like, you use my Hulu and everything else and my Netflix, so
then it's fair game.
Yes, Vanessa agrees. The Last of Us show is so good. Well, I will have to check that out, and I hear good things. Yeah, I'm excited.
I'm waiting for season 2. They're gonna play for the second game, which is controversial. So we'll see what happens. What they do with that. If they'll
is the show is based on the video game?
Yeah, it's going to be season 1 is all of game 1, which is actually pretty long for a survival story-based game. And then there's DLC, which they added the DLC into it, which is like a couple hours for the DLC. So they meshed that all together, and it's really cool how they integrated everything all together. And then season 2 is going to be the game for Ellie when she grows up, and she's now completely different, and you get to see all the stuff that happened from the beginning, and maybe hopefully we'll get to see what's in the middle. They might add some more stuff to it, so we'll see.
Cool. That is so cool. I love that. Anything else that you want to share? We can always have you come back again and talk about other kind of video games.
Oh yeah, I'm down to come back and play anything, talk about anything. I don't mind.
Well, we thought that it might be fun to do some zombie games, and I have Zombie Mad Limbs, Libs, instead of libs. So all of you know how to play Mad Libs, I'm sure, where you have to give me different categories or whatever that they're asking, and then it forms a story. So I thought that would be kind of fun to play. I got this out of The Proper Care and Feeding of Zombies. Comes in this book.
Cover's hilarious.
Yeah, no, it is hilarious. Very hilarious. I haven't read through this whole entire book, but what I've read is pretty funny. It kind of reminds me of the Zombie Survival Guide, except with more humor.
Oh, okay. Which I told you, I forgot about that book. I did not remember that book. And then you're like, hey, I was like, where's it at? Where's it at? I rummaged through all these like boxes and I found it. I was like, so I didn't get rid of it. I still have
Oh,
it.
thank God. Thank God. I used to love those Mad Lib books. Me too. They have them for every season. And Jasmine loves them too. Okay, so we're all going to play. Okay, so y'all can throw out something and whoever comes up with first. But Linda, we're going to start with you first. The first blank is, okay, well, first of all, it says, best if read by a grizzled old fella, a graveled voiced man of deep wrinkles and deeper traumas, holding a gun by a fireplace at night. I'll try to do my best. But anyway, this is called Old Salt. And your blank is a male family member.
We'll go with Grandpa.
Okay, grandpa.
Since old grizzly man.
Okay, I need an animal. Would someone like to give us an animal?
Come on, give me an animal. No whammies, no whammies, no whammies. Stop.
Someone? Anyone?
I know they got something. Come on, give me a good one.
Oh, okay. The first one up is a peacock. Okay. We're going to go with the second animal. I need a number and then I need a plural animal. So give me a number, Linda.
10.
10. And then what's the next animal? A porcupine. Okay. An expletive. I need an expletive. So apparently this is going to be maybe rated R.
Well, everybody in the chat, I believe, is above 18, so I think we're good.
Okay, anybody with an expletive? Now remember, I have to read this, so I might be going beep. The sound of silence.
Da, da, na, 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 na. Because they're thinking, like, well, now you have to keep it PG-13.
Yeah, so there's Liz gave us our peacock. Dizzy gave us our porcupine. So I'm going to keep the bull shark and gopher in case we need it. If we need another number, Vanessa's given us 8. So, okay, we got a shit. Vanessa, we're going to use your shit. I can say that and not feel terrible. Okay. Adjective. I need an adjective. Something that describes a person, place, or thing. Description. Be really descriptive.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know if you want that descriptive.
Yeah.
The internet can come up with some good stuff.
That's right.
Here we go.
Okay, we got a purple and hairy. I'm gonna go with purple. That came first. A body part. We need a body part. Linda, you want to do the body part?
Hand. This is gonna be a weird one, I can tell.
Okay, I need a verb in the present tense. A verb in the present tense.
Come on, chat. Give us something. Are you gonna read it as a Shakespearean actor?
I don't know. I'm supposed to be grizzly. It must be like Grandpa.
Oh my word.
Run. Okay. A female family member.
Auntie.
Auntie. Okay. 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 We have another adjective. So what was another one? We had hairy. We're going to put
Yeah.
hairy in there. And then a small pet. Let's look at our, didn't we have a gopher? Wasn't that the
I
next
think
one?
we did in the chat.
Okay. I'm trying to get up there and I have this weird box come up. A gopher. Oh, no, no, no. Before gopher was a bull shark. Well, is that a bull shark's not a
It's not
small pet?
small enough.
Okay. Let's go with gopher. I like that. A plural noun. We could use bull shark for that or any noun, actually. Doesn't have to be an animal. I need 2 plural nouns, actually.
Okay, come on, chat. Give us some nouns.
Come on, some nouns.
Just what you're reading is going to be hilarious.
It is because I can just like,
You need to clip that for a vlog, for sure.
I have to know how to do. Okay, staplers. Woo! This is gonna be fun. I'll be able to use my improv. And okay, Queen of England as a plural noun. Queens of England.
Queens. Just say queens.
At that point, I could say the Queens of England. Did not sound British at all. Okay, a Chinese food dish, Linda. A Chinese food dish. What's your favorite Chinese?
Triple decker.
Triple decker.
Yeah, it's just triple delight.
Oh.
It's just 3 meats.
Okay. A location, folks. We need a location.
Come on, give us something spicy.
And then we're going to have body parts. So I know we had a bunch in here.
Yeah, we had 1 or 2.
Yeah. I need a location. Where can we be? They're laughing at us, Linda.
I know they are. I can see it. They're waiting for the buildup. It's getting so much.
New Orleans. Yay.
They're waiting for the buildup. They're waiting for you to read this.
I know. It's going to be hilarious. It is going to be pretty. It's going to be silly for sure. Okay. I saw an arm. That's a body part. And wasn't there another? We had one arm. That was it?
Yeah, because I gave you hand, but
you gave me hand and then they had arm. Okay, guys, I need another body part.
They got this.
Swamp Gas wanted this to be at Fuddruckers.
Oh yeah, the tongue twisters are going.
Okay, we got a head.
Nice.
Okay, I need a weapon. Linda, give me a weapon.
A bat.
Ooh, Negan style.
Yep, you know what I'm talking about.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
Okay, another body part. Do we have any other body parts in here?
I don't see one.
I think that was it. Okay, I need another body part. I need okay. I'm going to need 2 body parts. Well, it's a body part, then it's going to be the same body part, so I have to say it twice. And then another body part. So 2 body parts. Okay, we got a toe.
Okay.
And then the same body part, which would be a toe. And then Mindy is saying, hello, Mindy. We are playing Mad Limbs, Limbs, instead of Mad Libs. Okay, pinky toenail. Is a toenail a body part?
I don't know. You can count it. I mean, it could be funny.
Well, we have toe, and then pinky toenail.
Gotta be very specific right there.
And is it pinky like the color pink? Or is it your pinky toenail?
I believe Dizzy's saying pinky toenail as the smallest of the toes.
Okay, same female family member, which was Auntie. I need another adjective.
Come on, chat. Give us an adjective.
Swamp Gas wanted a flying eyeball. He wants a flying eyeball at Fuddruckers.
Mm-hmm. I see where Swamp Gas is going. I don't know what's going to happen.
I'm telling you. I need an adjective.
Come on, chat. No whammies, no whammies, no whammies. Stop.
Oh, slippery. Ooh,
Mm.
I'm
We're going.
afraid.
We're going.
I'm afraid. I need a verb.
Come on, verbs.
Yes.
What do we got?
Any verbs?
I feel they're on their way.
Oh, here's that dumb thing came up again. Ugh. I hate that thing. It scares me. Because you know it doesn't have an X. It does not have an X. So I don't know how to get it off of it when it comes. Adjective. I mean a verb. I'm sorry, verb. Anybody with a verb?
Verbs. Verb. Verb, verb, verb. Verb is the word. You got this, Chad. Come on. Give me a verb. I want a verb.
Chop. Awesome.
Okay. Thank you.
Like that, Mindy. Okay, I just need a noun. Any noun. Any noun.
Person, place, or thing. Come on. I'm just waiting for the build up. I just want to hear you read this.
It's gonna be funny. Anybody with a noun? Do I have to go back through the chat?
I think
a bookshelf.
Okay.
Okay, we got Jasmine has a bookshelf. Okay, I need an exclamation. And I'm leaving the last one for you, Linda. You're gonna love what I have you choose.
Okay. Hopefully I don't let you down. Oh, the pressure. The pressure is gonna be immense.
Although it says what it says, we'll have to kind of like not be too bad. Wow. That is our exclamation.
Wow.
Okay. Wow. They want us to do a derogatory noun. I don't know if we should really do a derogatory noun. I think it may offend.
Fluffernutters.
Fluffernutters? Okay. Isn't that from Elf?
Yeah. And then you could do the gum. You lit liquor.
Okay, are we ready?
Oh, I'm ready. I'm ready. Everybody, drum roll, please.
Okay, here we go. The story is called Old Salt. My grandpa heard him first. Heard him moving in the dark. Said it sounded like a peacock molesting 10 porcupines. We didn't listen. He was always saying crazy things like that. Then we heard him screaming, wailing shit in the night. Over and over, howls in the night, before one of those purple undead bastards ripped his hand off. I can still hear it sometimes, every time I run. Then things got bad. It was just Auntie and me in the house. They went for her first, and she looked at me. I remembered her face like a hairy gopher crying in the rain. I fought him with everything I had. I'm yelling, come and get me, you goddamn staplers, you cannibal goddamn queens of England. Wasn't any use. You'd have thought it was triple decker the way they ate her brain. And before I had a second to mourn her proper, I'm dragging her body into the New Orleans. The zombies bust in. They're grabbing her, biting at her ankles. I drag her into the closet. The zombies follow. They're clawing at us, all hungry like. I feel their arms on my head. I'm not even thinking now. I'm a caveman now. I reach for the bat. I've been keeping it there. I grip whatever I can with my other hand, and I just start swinging. Wasn't until later I realized I'd picked up my toe. You ever fight a horde of zombies with a toe? And your dead auntie's pinky toenail? Believe me, it makes an impression. So yeah, I've seen some things, slippery things I can never forget. And I'm staying here until they come back for me. And when they do, I'll chop them with a bookshelf and say, wow, with all my goddamn might. You fluffernutters can stay until morning, but you best be gone by afternoon. The end. Thank you.
That was the best. That was so good. I was on the edge of my seat the whole time because I was like, I don't know what she's
I love how he picked up his toe. And then you had to
gonna say.
fight your zombie horde with the toe and Auntie's pinky toenail.
Yeah, such classic. That right there is a staple that will be forever remembered
Oh my
for
god.
some. You need to post that onto like the chat for Discord. You need to let them see the shenanigans that happened today.
Yeah, I'll have to see how I can do that. Rally says she loves the commercial. Is that for Fluffernutters?
Yeah, probably.
Let's go. I hope y'all were entertained by that. I'm just checking these comments here.
They were
All the
enjoying it.
laughter.
They were
Love
enjoying it.
the laughter. Yes. Okay. So while we are about to wrap up, and I just want to kind of remind everybody that a couple of things. First of all, this is our group read, Night of the Living Trekkies. This will be discussed on a live chat, if I could get this correctly, on May the 30th at 8 o'clock. So please make sure if you are reading that you will join us. I'm glad y'all like that story. I'm looking at these. I'm sorry. I'm getting distracted. Oh my God. Harry Gophers remind him of his auntie. They hit him with a whole bookshelf after a toe. I know.
Yeah,
I mean, that's what I
very
think is
dramatic.
hilarious. Lint liquors.
Mm-hmm. I gotta bring back that classic for sure.
Also, besides the group read, if you have not joined the Discord, please do. If you like to be part of a Discord server, there's plenty of channels, and I love interacting with everyone. You can tell us what you're reading, watching. We do have some watch parties. Kelly was not able to show the watch party from last week. She had something come up. However, this week, as far as I know, we're still on for Thursday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I believe it's Little Monsters. The schedule is in the description link below. Also, we have an Instagram. It's Zombiethon, but it's zombie_thon is what you use the hashtag for and what you do the @ but it's because somebody had Zombiethon already. Oh well. But anyway, we are getting people. People are joining all the time. I'm very excited about it. Also, Kelsey is doing her watch party for Zombiethon on Monday, May 22nd. If you have a suggestion, please put it in the suggestion channel on the Discord. I should go ahead and put a community tab and see if anybody who's not on Discord will want to do that too. Then we'll vote before Monday. And so I would say, let's get those choices in maybe by Sunday or something like that. Well, maybe Saturday. And that way I could put a poll out and we'll choose out of 4 of them or something like that. I'm going to let Kelsey look at them just to make sure she can show them. Because if she can't show them, it's not going to do any good. Yes, Little Monsters is fun. If people have not seen Little Monsters, I would recommend that for sure to be at the Discord. Also, I am doing sprints Saturday morning. It's going to be my first sprints for Zombiethon at 10 a.m. I will put a link and all that. I'll create a live thing. What do you call it?
Stream.
Stream. I will create that before then, but I'm just letting y'all know now that at 10 a.m. on Saturday, this Saturday, just for a couple of hours. And I think that'll be fun, especially if anybody's trying to get some reading time in. And is there anything I'm forgetting, Linda? Anything that you can think of?
I think you covered all the watch parties and you got the sprint, so you're good, I think.
Okay, good. And where can they find you? I mean, I linked your YouTube channel in the description box before. Is there any other places?
I'm on Twitter and Instagram, Linda the Gamer Gal. If you search that, you'll find me. It might be under Linda, aka the Gamer Girl, as well. So
Okay.
if you look for those, you'll find me.
Okay. And I follow you on Instagram, so I can always go ahead and put that in the description box too with your information. And I really do appreciate you being here with me today. This was a
I
lot of
had fun.
fun. And I hope that we can do a live again. Maybe even you could jump on for sprints one day if you
We'll
want to
see what
help me
happens,
host for
but yeah,
sprints. That would be
if you
fun.
got more Mad Limbs, I think that's a classic that should stay for Zombiethon.
Yeah, well, I will not do the Mad Limbs unless you're with me. How about that?
No, you can
We
do
could do
you can do
that.
it with other people. It's fun.
I
Even if
do
I'm in
have
the
one
chat.
more Mad Limbs. They do have one more Mad Limbs, and they also have a trivia quiz, which I might do the trivia quiz next week.
Okay.
The other thing I want to mention is next Tuesday, I will be announcing the winner of the zombie survival guides. Anyone who watched my Zombiethon update video, I should put the link in the description box, but it's on there. It's very short. And it was basically for May 1st. It was kicking off. Anybody who watched it and put the comment of what I requested for you to put in there are all fair game to go into the drawing. I have 2 copies of the Zombie Survival Guide. So if you want one, go check out that little video, watch it, and leave the comment that I'm looking for. But that is all that I have for today. And I think we should all give Linda a round of applause for being with us tonight. I really do appreciate all of you coming and spending time with us. I value your time. And as always, stay amazing and be adventurous and stay away from zombies. Don't let them eat your brains.
But what if they just want a hug?
No, they're not going to hug. They're not going to hug.
Bye,
Bye, y'all. See
everybody.
y'all next Tuesday or in the Discord. Bye.